Hey everyone in YouTube land, it's Melissa, and today I'm going to talk about food service management internship rotation. So I haven't posted anything because it's been extremely busy, and today is the 6th week of my rotations. My first rotation was food service management, and I did it at a hospital that's really close to where I live. And today was my last day, which was really sad. But for you guys, I want to let you know, going into an internship rotation, what you should expect. So going into food service management, I really didn't know what to think. I was just ready to go into it. After being in school for so many years, I'm like, I'm ready to go. I just want to go and do whatever it is besides reading books and writing papers all the time. So I wrote down a list of things that I did throughout my internship rotation. We had to do 270 hours for this rotation, and I did 271 hours and 15 minutes, so a little overachieving. And we had to do 73 competencies. Within that, we had to do, sorry, my hair is there were a mixture of things we had to do. We had to discuss a bunch of stuff with the registered dietitian that we were with, and I got to spend time with 2 registered dietitians, and one of them was the director of the food service area, and I also got to hang out with an executive chef who is also part of the facility. So things that I discussed with the registered dietitian, with everyone around. We talked about computer systems, what they use, different softwares, software equipment. We discussed HACCP, sanitation lists. So I had to go walk around and just look at everything that was dirty and make a note on it. So that way they could go back and clean it later. I did a feasibility study on pieces of equipment. We talked about productivity, purchasing, budget, quality improvement. We discussed performance appraisals, and we discussed the discipline process. So that was just me and the registered dietitians just sitting down talking about how everything works, because I can't really experience that. Like, I can't just sit in to when someone's being disciplined just because it's not right. So that's the things that we talked about. And things that I did in the rotation were 50 hours of cooking. So I would, or at least help, give them food and everything. And I did a menu analysis for a day's worth. We had to make healthful or healthier improvements for the menu items. And I combined that one with, what did I do? Why am I even looking for it? I know it. I combined that with a competency of making a recipe for a day, but instead they just let me make the recipes for the week. So I made the menu for 1 week, and I made them a little healthier, but don't get me wrong, I didn't make it completely. I gave all of my ideas to the executive chef, and he's like super fancy. Like, I've never seen this kind of food in the hospital before, but they were really healthy. They were already healthy, but I made them a little healthier. So instead of using like beef, like a beef stir fry, I changed it to tofu stir fry. Instead of just plain macaroni and cheese, I mixed in whole wheat pasta. We did a lot of turkey. We did a turkey Frito pie. So yeah, we had to do that. I also did a customer satisfaction survey. So what I did was I made a customer satisfaction survey and a sensory evaluation form, and I just handed it out to everybody that was going through the line, and I asked them to bring me their list back, and so that's how I was able to do it. It's a little intimidating because you're like, hey, can you tell me how good my menu is? And, you know, you don't know what you're going to get. A lot of people are picky about their food. So it was a good experience. I know a lot about people now. It's like a lot of people like to complain, so there was a lot of complaints with that. I did a work simplification study where I just went around and looked at what everybody was doing, and I tried to help them make things simpler for themselves. Like, work simplification is like, instead of, if you're watching this and you want to know about the internship, I'm pretty sure you know what work simplification is already, but it's like, instead of turning around constantly to get, a food item, you just put the food item there, so that way your hand can just do this instead of turning around, Okay, I also went around taking everybody's small equipment needs, just because we constantly have to order stuff. So if people have ripped gloves that you're going to reach into the oven, you need a new piece of equipment. So that's a small equipment need. I developed the menu for a week with the sensory evaluation. I got to sit in an interview, which was pretty self-explanatory. I wrote an employee job description. I got to participate in payroll, which I never thought I could do. I never thought I could handle money or, do invoices, but I understand what all of that is now. I did spent a lot of time thinking of ideas for, saving money for the company, and that incorporated sustainability. So trying to save money while trying to save the environment is basically what I tried to do. I gave them all of my ideas, but I won't be there anymore. So if they use my ideas, that's going to be great, but I don't know what will happen. In-service training. I did in-service training, and what that is just you're teaching all of the staff something. So my project was to teach them about knife skills. And everyone's pretty much an expert, but there's still a few tips you can give someone to help them. And I also helped them taught them about cut gloves. So that was my in-service project. I did 2 catering events, which were both stressful. One of them I learned about, I think, the second week I was there, and I had to do it in 3 days. So I had to come up with a menu, order all the items, get everything, like all the decorations and, the tablecloths or whatever ready, and then have it actually happen. So that one was really stressful. The second one I knew about, since I first got there. So that was 4 weeks. So that one was a little smoother and less hectic, but I was still kind of just really nervous about it. I had the chance, we had to present in several occasions, so I got to present at the staff meeting, which included the CEO, and it was to report my results from the sensory evaluation and the customer satisfaction surveys. So yeah, he got to hear what those results were. I occasionally did the huddles, and if you don't know what a huddle is, it's just everyone huddling together in the morning for 10 minutes where you just give everyone the news. You try to acknowledge people, congratulate people, give, updates on stuff. And it's just a quick little 10-minute thing for all the staff members to just, kind of relax for 10 minutes and give them some news. So I got to present some of those, and I think I'm pretty good at presenting just because I talk a lot, and I'm really excited all the time, and I don't really get nervous, so I like those. And then the last thing that I did was staff relief. We had to do staff relief for 3 days, and I had to go in and join the supervisors, and I've never supervised anyone. I've never been a manager for anyone, so that was a pretty good experience. I got to I got to count money, do deposits. I've never done that before. I've never made schedules before. I made that, and I just kind of helped anyone who had a question. People actually came to me for questions, which was a little, it's different because it's like, oh, I'm just an intern. I'm just a student. I didn't expect anyone to ask me any questions, so that was pretty neat. But overall, it was pretty fun. I liked it. I think that I wouldn't mind going into food service management. Usually, I hear people don't like food service management, or people kind of just underestimate it, but I thought it was great. It was fun. I got to be creative, at least. It's something different than school, where you're just constantly writing the papers, just studying. So it was refreshing, it was different, and they really do take your ideas and use them. So in a way, I felt like I was useful to someone and gave them really good ideas. So if you have any questions on food service management rotation in an internship, or if you have any questions on an internship, then please feel free to message me and I'll help you out. So my next rotation is going to be long-term care, and we'll see what happens there, and I'll give you an update. That one's going to be for 2 weeks, so I'll try to update before that with something else, but if not, then I will be seeing you in 2 weeks. Everyone on YouTube, have a great day.